To build a workshop, you need to be honest, hopeful, and polite. So let's talk about polite.
You can be honest and still be polite. Diplomatic is another way to think about your manners in a workshop. You don't want to lose connection with the writer that you're responding to. Nobody has the right to use those blunt instruments of "it's boring" or "this is weak" or "people won't finish it." You notice how all those statements are not really coming from the speaker? They're trying to say that everybody will feel the same way that they do about your writing. Bad form, as Captain Hook would say on Peter Pan. Even Hook knew when being polite was the best thing to do. Workshops succeed when you read before you meet. You need time to read pages and write your responses in the margins. I have a 1-week reading period before we meet in my workshops. That gives people a deadline before the meeting to finish their writing and lets them schedule several hours to read in the week before we meet. You might say, "Hey, I live in a little town, or I live in a suburb that's a long drive away. How can I build a workshop?" Well, you do it with a notice, and I'm here, let's make a workshop. Crazy as Craigslist, as focused as a writer's website. You can do it with people you've met in a class. You're taking classes, right? One thing is sure, workshops work when people sit together at a table to talk and to listen. You get your reward in a workshop by listening, very quietly and politely, while writers give you their responses. No back and forth, questions and answers. This isn't an interrogation. What did you mean by that? You're in the booth, taking notes, writing down little questions of your own. You don't learn much by talking about the pages that you've shared. There are other elements to good workshops: how to share pages, how to make sure everybody feels safe while they hear responses. A moderator or a group leader does this. It's not work for everybody, so trading it around among your group might not be the best choice. After a while, though, you'll see who the natural leaders are, like a talk show host, really, somebody fair and kind, the one who keeps things moving and on time, too. Workshops are legendary for reducing writers to tears or silencing creativity. They can be so empowering when they're done with honesty and kindness, though. There's so much more to say about workshops, like what to do with what you hear in them. That's for another time. We talk about all of these things in the Writer's Workshop. There are workshops for fiction and for memoir here in the Austin area, groups of a handful of writers meeting once a month. We also meet in creativity groups, one-on-one, online. See my website for schedules and details about workshops and classes, coaching, and editing. Read more at my blog, The Right Stuff. At the Writer's Workshop, we're growing stories every day. See you soon.